Good morning. So I just had a really interesting session with one of my clients in my going through my 3-month program, and I thought it was really relevant, some of the things we spoke about. So I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys a little bit about that experience because it's something I've been thinking about a lot. So this is one of my clients has Crohn's disease, and we've been working together over the past couple months to figure out a diet that's going to work with her, improve digestion, and work through a lot of her symptoms. And she's at a place right now where she's feeling great, and it's fantastic. And it was wonderful to speak to her today. She's noticing that her bloating is down, her digestion is working well, and the length of time in between these flare-ups that she was having is really decreasing, and her energy is better too. And more than that, she feels a lot more control, like she kind of knows what to do, whereas before it felt like everything was a mystery. And she wasn't sure what was working, what wasn't, what was making things worse, what was helping. So now there's just a lot more clarity and ease. And you can see that when you speak to her. She just speaks a lot more confidently. And there's like just a broader sense of calm. So it's really fantastic that she is in this place now. That's the goal. That's what we want. And what she was asking me today was, okay, so I feel really great now. And we've gone through a lot of these dietary and lifestyle pieces. And what I'm wondering is, should I go off my meds? Do I need to continue to take my Humira, my biologic med? And I thought it was a really interesting question, and we had a big discussion about it. And the idea with that is a lot of times we think that we either go this natural route, like where we're considering diet, lifestyle, all these pieces, or we use pharmaceutical medications. And what I want to highlight here is that it doesn't need to be either or. More often than not, with chronic autoimmune disease, we actually need both. We need both of these pieces. And so that was the first piece I wanted to tell her, was it doesn't need to be either or. But that being said, as you go along, as your symptoms improve, as your body changes and you're feeling different, your needs for medications might change as well. As we are human beings, we're in constant flux, and sometimes we need to be able to evaluate these things critically. So that's what she was wondering. You know, this was her desire. She was worried that about the long-term effects of some of these medications. And so I told her that the important piece here is to just facilitate and start this conversation with your doctor. And the best way I have found to do this is to go to your doctor with data, with something they can hold onto and understand, as opposed to going into your visit maybe saying, I want to go off all medications, this is what I want, this is the plan. Instead, going in with something like a symptom journal, and also using different data pieces that your doctor might have as well, which is blood work, or maybe in her case, a colonoscopy. So starting with a symptom journal, it's just something really easy you can do each day when you rate your top symptoms. So for her, it was maybe bloating, pain, cramping, fatigue. So rating these things on a daily basis and using a scale of 0 to 10 to kind of give yourself a little bit of metrics and something you can go to your doctor with and present it in this way, so that when they're able to look at these symptoms and how you feel on a day-to-day basis, also with the blood work, inflammatory markers in the blood work, and something like a colonoscopy in this case, they're able to really assess where things are at and create a plan based on that. So I will say in this case, and what I told her as well, that it's usually unlikely that a specialist or her GI doc is going to be the one that's going to suggest going off of medications. It's a little bit unlikely that they might start that conversation, but it's definitely something that she can facilitate. And this is where the importance of being your own advocate comes into play. Being able to understand where you are at and present it in a really helpful way to your practitioner, so that you can start and facilitate that conversation and see what your options are and see what might be possible. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. I just wanted to kind of just really briefly touch on that topic because it's one that I myself have had to consider over the years. You know, do I stay on these medications? What do I do? And I have a lot of people that ask me these same questions. And so knowing that everyone is really individual, some people might have to be on a pharmaceutical medication the rest of their life. and some people might not. So it really is worth doing the work, like doing some of this health coaching work and going through, digging a little bit deeper. And then from there, using that valuable data to start to facilitate this conversation with your doctor about the possibilities. So let me know in the comments what your experience with this has been, where you are at, and if you have any questions too, I'd be happy to answer them. Okay, thanks.